So I sat down with my team, and together we decided I will not be doing a part 2, or rather a continuation to the homecoming video as initially planned, at least not anytime soon. I feel there's not much more to add or to continue or going about when it comes to that story, I suppose. And simply put, I just don't feel like adding to that or continuing that. I have other ideas that I want to do. Anyway. Got into my first couple of weeks here in Dallas, or let's say even in Texas, right? I have been here before. Did basic training in San Antonio, tech school in Wichita Falls. I did spend a weekend, 4th of July weekend, while I was in tech school in Dallas. But outside of that, I didn't really do much in Dallas, to be honest. I didn't have a car. It was just there to spend time with someone. And it was cool. It looked nice at night, right? I got a hotel downtown, and well, what I thought was downtown or assumed would be downtown. And I didn't think I'd ever come back, to be honest. I think I maybe in the back of my mind thought might visit, because I want to travel through all 50 states when I'm one day soon. And I thought, Dallas would be the place to go when it comes to Texas, or Austin. I did not think I would move here. I didn't think I'd even consider living here. But at the moment, I was, going where the money went, and it brought me here. And so I was offered a good amount, a decent amount. And so I decided to come here. I don't know if I mentioned it in previous videos, but I'm doing the Skill Bridge program. Help people that are separating or retiring, separating from me, to find, go into a career field that they're interested in, or maybe, bring their skills that they got while in the military and go into that field even on the outside, which is pretty much what I'm doing in a sense. So I'm still in the program. It ends in a month, less than a month. And that's how, I was able to get this position, this offer, this job, possibly. I mean, the intention is to hire me on once the program ends. Of course, during this month, I can decide this is not it, or they could decide he's not the one. Either way, at the moment, the process has been that I've been going through while there is to put me on payroll. Like, they've taken my blank checks, they've taken, paperwork and all that to get me started for when it's time to hire me on. Now, I'm thinking I'm just gonna do a separate video to really get into detail of Skill Bridge. Granted, I may not go into detail as much as other videos or other channels have, because there are plenty of videos to watch. If you're in the military, there's someone, a rep at your base or post that can explain it to you. There are websites that go into detail. You have Reddit, Facebook, all of that has explanations about it that helps you get into it. I don't want to really get into that. I'm not that interested in making a video about that. I will do a quick review about it. It's good. It's been good to me. It's been interesting. In some ways, sometimes stressful. Just making sure you have all your ducks in a row and making sure everything's set and people are communicating between your leadership, the company, organization that you're talking with yourself, making sure your stuff is ready for when you're separating or retiring, making sure you know where you're going or have an idea where you'll be. And it's a lot that it can feel like a lot and can be overwhelming and stressful, but I think for the most part, from what I've experienced being in the military, usually every time you're moving somewhere, it's unnecessarily stressful. But it seemed like a great opportunity, and so I took advantage of it, especially helping me get back into civilian life. And I think I'd recommend people at least look into it if they're separating, retiring, or considering or thinking about getting out. It's a good way to at least prepare yourself for a possible job or position. Like I said about the channels being available, the post, and representatives all being available to people that are interested in it. go do your own research and don't just listen to one person, especially me. Anyway, I've done 2 weeks here. I moved here 17 July 17th. I still do time that I guess people could consider it military time. I mean, the rest of the world does it that way, and America doesn't. Anyway, 17 July, moved here. I didn't do much my first week, went to work, kind of tried to drive around and do some stuff. I got a gym membership. I drove downtown during rush hour. Didn't really see much because I figured as soon as I got down there and saw the traffic, it would have been a pain to get back. It was. The first few days took me like an hour to get home, only because of the time I got off. Near the end of that week and the following week, last week, I got off a little earlier, so I was able to avoid a little traffic, but I already had started a gym membership. I wanted to go to the gym as often as I could, and I still ended up, heading home around the same time, which is fine. It doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would over time. First weekend, I went to the movies nearby. I checked out some stores nearby. By the way, I live outside of Dallas. A lot of people do. There are these other cities surrounding it. A lot of people live in those. It's to a lot of them, it's just safer. It is more expensive just to live in Dallas. I prefer to live in Dallas, but it is more expensive, and there are places that maybe don't look as you would prefer. So I live south of Dallas, southeast. Second week, I started exploring a little bit, checking out some stores. This past weekend, I actually went down to an area called Deep Ellum, which looks like it's probably my type of place. It probably fits the aesthetic, my personality, and all that type of thing that I'm into. I made a friend. We went out, took some pictures. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed it, and I think I'll enjoy that area. I'm still looking for a place to live that's closer. I have been house searching in case I want to buy a place, but I still have, weighed the options of, getting an apartment. It is expensive, but I don't know how long I'll be here. I'm not sure if I'm ready to get a place, and also with the way the market is, I'm not sure if it's the right time for me to. Granted, the houses here I've seen aren't as pricey as they may be in many other places. So that's pretty much it. Well, no, it's not. People in Texas, moving here. I don't really know the people in Texas. I shouldn't judge all people in any area or group based off the few, right? But with the history, I was kind of iffy and hesitant to come down here. And it crossed my mind while I was driving down here, and I met many nice people here. People have been kind to me for the most part. That Southern hospitality, but the Southern hospitality doesn't the Southern hospitality kind of overlaps with other things that the South is known for. I've even experienced, honestly, at work, not directly, but people have said things that have been maybe inappropriate and regarding other groups and other people. Now, I have addressed it to one person, considering addressing it obviously to another person, and I should. And it's just, but it's difficult when that's the environment that's accepted by all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing when one person says something wrong and you bring it up and address it, but when that's like part of the social environment and that's accepted, then when it's addressed, then it comes off as you're the problem. Now, I'm not saying it's all right to let it pass. I'm just saying it becomes more difficult for people to address, and even when addressed, sometimes it doesn't change, and more so people put marks on you or find ways to get you in a tough spot. But that's all I got for now. I have been pretty busy. I realize it feels like there's so much time, or you look back and there's so much time when you're doing not much, right? Maybe you're going to work, maybe going to the gym, maybe you'll check like some emails when you get home, right? Do some stretching and cooking. But then you see you have all this time spent that maybe you spend on YouTube, watching videos, shows, movies, or just sitting around doing nothing, scrolling through your phone. And then you think, well, let me do something productive. What ends up happening is you end up having these plans of how you want to set things up. And once you start doing all these things, then it's like there's not enough time because now you're being productive, but time goes by so much faster. So now it's already, 9:30 p.m. and you got to work tomorrow, wake up at 5, right? It's just so much. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. Here's some B-roll I took of Deep Ellum. I didn't take as much as I wanted, but I wanted to take at least a little bit, and here you go. Y'all take care. I'm out.